My three biggest vices personally are hunting, fishing, and golf.
And Zyns.
And Zyns. Lots of Zyns.
We are back for another episode of the Rooftop Cold Plunge with
Christian Hackenberg.
Let's go, baby.
You're gonna break the mercury gauge. I mean, you're almost at 80 degrees.
Oh, wow, this is cold.
You're like David Spade. That's how good of an actor you are.
So let's start by reflecting on your days at Penn State.
It's real original of you.
How would you summarize your 3 years at Penn State as a whole?
It was about embracing the suck and getting through it and still being able to break every passing record that the school had at that point in time and set a new standard, I think, for the position moving forward.
What would you say was your greatest accomplishment on the field at Penn State?
Having the opportunity to be a 2-year captain there was pretty cool for me, and I think that kind of encapsulates everything else, right? It made me grow up quick.
If you could pick one play to replay one more time in your career, which one would it be?
Good or bad?
Good.
That's like a layup. I mean, it'd have to be the throw to Allen in the 4 overtime game.
I always tell the story. I was at that 4 overtime game with Allen Robinson when after the game, thousands of people chasing. I always say us, but it was really obviously you. That night was a night to remember, that's for sure. What do you think the biggest challenge for you was during your transition from college to the pros?
Perception's reality, and like dealing with that internal battle of like wanting to get better, wanting to find ways, wanting to find answers, and then like expecting when you get to the NFL that like all these things are going to be at your disposal when you step into a building, and it's not really the case all the time. I really didn't have like that type of game plan. So when I got to the NFL, like fun of football got taken out of me really, really quick. I just struggled mentally trying to like make it fun and feel good and have success and like feel confident and comfortable in my skin. So it was a great learning experience, man. Like it's just taught me in a lot of ways to never get to that place again. And it sucks that it happened with like the most important thing to me in my lifetime up into that point, but sometimes that's the hand you get dealt.
What have you enjoyed most about being a dad and raising a son with Tatum?
We've had to grow and learn from each other, and I think she's learned a lot from me, and I've definitely learned a lot from her. And that's the coolest part about marriage, right? Two people who have paths and goals and ambitions, merging that and figuring out how you can get the best out of each other.
When you finally get some time to yourself, what's your favorite way to decompress?
My 3 biggest vices personally are hunting, fishing, and golf.
And Zyns.
And Zyns. Lots of Zyns.
If you had to pick one person to be your golf partner at this point in your life, who would it be?
Such a setup. You're such a scoundrel. Yeah, Ben, you have a calming sense about you. You know, I definitely think when we're singularly focused on playing golf and attacking a golf course together and there's no real distractions, we would complement each other really well and definitely do some damage in some member guests.
All right, everybody goes under, by the way?
Everybody goes under.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I thugged this out.
Bro,
With
I just looked at the time. That's the longest plunge ever. You beat GP and Brandon.
I'm an absolute savage. Yeah. You just control your breathing and you...
Wow. What an absolute professional.
Thank you, Rooftop Cold Plunge, Ben Kunkel. I will most likely be back. I think I set the record, so if someone comes in and beats me, then we'll talk business, all right?
Absolutely.